Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about how I'm not prepared to live alone. Let's get right into it. The reason I'm bringing this topic up is my husband and I, his name is Alan, but he goes by Al. We've been married close to 30 years. He is older than me, but actually in many ways I think he's healthier than me. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring, but I have met a lot of people on my channel as subscribers and other YouTubers that are a widow. I've met men where they've lost their wives, and I've met women where they've lost their husbands. And sometimes they knew it was coming because maybe a spouse was ill, but other times it came as a total surprise. You know, nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. Well, sometimes when a spouse passes away, the other person isn't prepared for it in terms of taking care of things. Not just emotionally, I'm talking maybe that other person knew how to do things. And I'm going to give you an example. Now, my mom and dad were married for over 50 years. My mom died, I think she was 77. My dad is 84 right now. And my parents were the same age, but my dad knew how to take care of finances. He was always the one that did that. Well, if something would have happened where my dad passed away, my mom would have been in a situation where she didn't know how to manage all of that. And I know that that kind of thing can happen. So I thought about that. What would I do if my husband passed away? Well, the good news is I'm really resourceful and I can find lots of work at home stuff. I could pick up more scheduling. There's always work from home stuff. I could even do the YouTube channel myself. It would not be as easy because my husband does film me a lot and I actually like that, but I could make it work. It just may be a little bit different. This is what I wouldn't be able to do. For those of you that don't know, most of you know this. I do have a driver's license, but I don't drive. The reason why I don't drive, I live in Dallas, Texas, or a suburb, and the traffic here is horrendous. When I learned to drive, I grew up in Minnesota. I grew up in the Twin Cities. For 4 years, we moved to Stillwater, Minnesota, which we lived out in the country, and we had 2.5 acres. Well, when I drove around in Stillwater, there was like no traffic, so it was easy to drive. I come here, and I tried to drive, and all the traffic, I was a nervous wreck. Does it mean I should give up on it? No. But I feel like I would need somebody to work with me, maybe a professional, to see if I can get to the point where I can drive in traffic. I kind of wonder what folks do that grew up in a small town all their life, and let's say they don't have any work there and they have to move to a big city. How do they go from driving around with no traffic to a lot of traffic? It just makes me really nervous. So one of the first things I'd have to decide is, am I going to drive? Let's say I'm going to drive. Well, one of the things I would do first is I would get driving lessons from one of the driving schools. You can buy it like 10 or 12 packs, 12 lessons, and then I would start driving, and what I would do is start off driving to places close to me. The reason why is, you guys know I do product demos. I can do YouTube on my own, okay? I can do more project management, and I could probably do more scheduling of mystery shopping or maybe customer service over the phone. I can do all of that, but I love doing product demos, and I enjoy getting out of the house a little bit, you know, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a lot of fun meeting the customers and the people that work there and all of that. It's a blast. So that being said, I really enjoy it, and so would I still want to do that? I'd have to decide, we're gonna keep the car and have the expense of a car, and am I gonna drive it? Or am I not gonna drive, and am I gonna sell the car and just not have that? And then maybe just work from home and have, you know, maybe have groceries delivered to me, things like that. I mean, there are people, you know, in suburbs that maybe don't drive and they may Uber here or there. That would be a decision I'd have to make. At this point, I don't know what I would do. I keep putting off driving because it's not something I enjoy doing, and I feel very anxious around all these other cars, and it's very nerve-wracking. It really is here in the big city, and there's constant road construction here. And as you probably know, in the last 2 years, we have had a lot of people from other states move here. I mean, I think my friend was telling me it's really hard to find a vacancy in an apartment right now. We have a lot of people. Austin's also full, Dallas, you know, so we've got a lot of people that have moved here, and so we have even more congestion. So I'd have to decide, am I ready to deal with that? That would be a decision. Also, am I going to stay in this house? because my daughter's graduating college this year. She may be moving out. So if she moves out, that'll just be me in this house. So am I going to stay in this house by myself? Would I sell the house? Now, the good news is I've got a really fantastic support system here. But I also have a dear friend of mine that lives in Oklahoma that would love if I moved there. She thinks that, but she hasn't spent like a whole week with me. She may change her mind after 7 days. You can always, my mother used to say, you can always overstay your welcome. That being said, you know, this is where I've been since 1988. So would I sell the house and move to a small town and totally downsize? I'm not really sure. The good news is this. We're completely debt-free. We've got a year of bills in our savings, maybe even a little bit more. Yes, I do also have some investments and things like that. I do have our budget down low, fairly low, and I could even go lower if I needed to. I am very resourceful, and I have access to several sources of income, and I've got a fantastic support system. So, and I've got all of that stuff going for me. The one thing I don't have going for me where it kind of hinders my independence is the driving. One of my friends made a sweet comment to me. She said, Dawn, she goes, not everybody drives. She goes, they figure it out. Some people take public transportation, some people Uber, you know, or they pay people for gas. She goes, not everybody's meant to drive. I don't know if I'm not meant to, or it's just some fear with the traffic that I need to get over. I actually don't know. But like I said, if something were to happen, that'd be something I'd have to figure out. What would I actually do? I'm not really sure at this point. I know I don't like to make fast decisions, but sometimes it takes me too long to make decisions. That being said, I have one more little suggestion of something I could do. I was thinking, I know all of you fantastic subscribers, that means I have family all over the world, so one of you could adopt me. I'm good at cooking, cleaning, baking. Animals love me and children love me. So if anything ever happens, if any of you want to adopt me, I could just kind of travel around the world and stay with different people and help everybody out while doing my YouTube channel. But anyway, but let me know what you guys think. I don't know if any of you have been through something like this, but I do think sometimes when people become a widow, whether it's a male or a female, people tend to depend on one person to do a lot of things. And when they lose a spouse, all of a sudden that person's like, whoa, I don't know how to manage finances, or hey, I don't drive, or oh gosh, I don't know how to fix things around the house, or you know, gosh, you know, something happened with the computer. You know, my wife's usually the one to fix this. You know, things like that. And all the kids have moved out and are living their lives. What do I do? You know, so I've just been thinking a lot about all these types of things. I'm not really sure, but I know at this point, in some ways, I'd be prepared to live it alone. But in some ways, I definitely wouldn't. And the driving is the one thing that is hindering me. I will admit that. So let me know what you guys think. I do want to say this real quick. I know I'm rambling on, but many of you know I graduated from college, University of Wisconsin, River Falls. It looks a lot different now, I've heard, but back then in the day, I went from 83 and graduated in 87 from college. And when I went, this town was so cute. It was a town of a total of 9,000 people. It's now considered a bedroom community of the Twin Cities. And when I went there, the town itself was only 5,000 people. But we had 2 grocery stores. We had everything we needed downtown. The whole downtown was flourishing because of all the college students. If I were to move somewhere to a smaller town where I didn't need to drive, I would actually love to move to a college town where the downtown is all open. I wouldn't want to move to a small town where everything's boarded up. I'd want to move to a thriving, really cute small town where they had lots of shops where I could walk everywhere I needed to. So I had grocery stores, you know, pharmacy, bank, you know, place to get your hair done, you know, maybe a clothing store if I needed, you know, things like that. Everything you really needed was right downtown. I don't know if there's still towns like that anymore, but let me know. But let me know what you guys think of this topic. I think it's something good to think about, but I know that I would definitely have to make some changes. I hope you guys didn't mind me chatting with you guys about this today. I thought it was an important topic. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.